good, YouTube? It's Vex Reacts, and I'm back with another reaction video. And today we got how aespa supernova leads to Armageddon, as well as a breakdown of Armageddon's music video. This video is by Bookish Theories, and Bookish Theories always do a really good job at breaking down the concepts and the lore of different music videos and groups. So I wanted to check these two videos out in tandem to hopefully get a little bit more information when it comes to the supernova video as well as the Armageddon video. If you don't know, we have been reacting to not only the music videos, but we reacted to the entire aespa album. So if you want to check any of those out, feel free to check it out on the channel, or it should be up in the cards or in the description. And if you want to check out Bookish Theories as well, links will be in the description. So let's get into the video and see exactly how supernova leads into Armageddon.
Hello and welcome back to Bookish Theories. Today we catch up with aespa to see how their supernova will actually lead to Armageddon. Now, as the pre-release of their first full album, Supernova introduces us to the new lore that will be at the core of the upcoming season 2 of their story. According to the press release, aespa's unique worldview will soon expand into a full-on multiverse beyond the real and digital worlds, and Supernova kicks this off with a brand new concept full of mysteries.
Wait, we got a whole multiverse? The music video released for Supernova also captures aespa's unique identity with the conceptual visual beauty that incorporates contemporary technology such as AI. We definitely saw that in the Supernova video, even with the scene where the girl hanging and she talking, and you know, I definitely caught that. Along with the story of season 2 of the worldview expanded into a multiverse. The narrative of season 2 of the aespa worldview expands into the multiverse beyond the real and digital world. I ain't gonna lie, that make a lot more sense, especially when you think of the long chat video, you think of the Armageddon video, Supernova, you think of all of these videos. The one thing in common is they all in different universes, and I kind of noticed that, but I thought it was just like, you know, cool, fun, playful concept. But they definitely, I wish they had like a movie that kind of tied everything together, or some type of like nerdy person who on a team who could low-key piece everything together and make videos like that. Bro, I wish that I had the time to really work with a K-pop group and really create like a YouTube channel, learn about the lore and their visuals, and really string together like whole like shows slash movies and tie everything together. It would be so cool if they did like a little mini anime, and then for the season like finales and stuff like that, they drop a album, and then they have the music videos to connect with the, like, bro, like my creative mind always be roaming and thinking of ideas like that, but I know that would take a lot of work, a lot of money, and a lot of people to allow that to happen. I just think it would be really cool, and a lot of people would enjoy it, especially when you got like really popular animes and stuff like that. Imagine K-pop idols get into that scene where they not only just K-pop idols, but they use all of the stuff that they already doing to create like movies and shows, and hopefully it wouldn't be taxing on them specifically. Hopefully we could just have like a good team around them to take what they already doing and really utilize that. You know, they might have to, you know, take some days to do a little bit of things, you know, but the overall arching theme of it is just to use what they already come out with and all of the stuff they already do and put it into something that people could just rock with, you know, something that could be real cinematic and cool.
In digital worlds, and Supernova kicks this off with a brand new concept full of mysteries. So far we have quite a lot of clues to try and piece together what's going on, but first we need to understand what a supernova is and how it fits into the aespa concept. Now, in astronomy, the word supernova refers to the powerful explosion of a star at the last evolutionary stage of its existence. During this huge event, the star essentially ejects the majority of its own mass, and what's left of its original form either turns into a black hole, a neutron star, or eventually dissolves completely. A supernova is basically a dying star going out with a bang, and in the song this insane explosion is fittingly compared to the beginning of a new era. In the lyrics, the supernova is an explosion that overlaps with an upcoming event that will open up the doors to another dimension. The girls talk about connecting with another version of themselves, somebody that looks exactly like them, and they wonder if they should reach out as they meet inside of infinity. This may or may not be the best idea though, because as we soon find out, the event that will lead to these dimensions colliding is none other than Armageddon itself. If we go to AESPA.com, click on the O,
AESPA.com.
the pop-ups that appear on screen for instance, the website actually redirects us to conspiracy articles that give us a lot more clues about what's going on.
Holy crap, I didn't even know this was a thing. Armageddon defies explanation. Armageddon, the cryptic harbinger of impending doom, has become entwined with the esoteric notion of multi-world theory. Why is this language so nerdy and complex? Stirring fervent speculation among conspiracy theorists. Some claim that Armageddon is not merely a celestial anomaly, but a manifestation of interdimensional rifts that allows glimpses into parallel universes. This theory posits that the convergence of multiple worlds could unleash cataclysmic events, shattering the fabric of existence as we know it. Endless whispers of unanswered questions and risk abound for the future, as reports of oh my god, what's up with these words? Y'all making me look stupid. Endless whispers of unanswered questions and risk abound for the future, as reports of inexplicable phenomena proliferate. Believers in the multi-world conspiracy warn of the dire consequences of meddling with forces beyond our comprehension. What secrets lie hidden within the depths of Armageddon? And to what lengths will dark forces go to harness its enigmatic power for their own sinister purposes? Go to AESPA.com. Check the truth.
To this article, for instance, Armageddon is an omen of doom connected to the theory of the multi-world, which is basically the idea that parallel dimensions exist. In the lore, the Armageddon is a manifestation of interdimensional openings that allow these different dimensions to interact with one another, but apparently this interaction is a very bad thing that must be avoided. If multiple worlds collide, this event could unleash catastrophes that might destroy reality as we know it, and yet it seems that somebody really wants this event to take place. In the article, we discovered that conspiracy theorists are very worried about the Armageddon, but most importantly, they're worried about possible dark forces harnessing its enigmatic power for their own sinister purposes. Now, at this point, we don't know who these dark forces might be, but we do know that the first stages of this Armageddon have already begun. Other articles confirm the strange phenomena have been taking place. We have crop circles, mysterious signs of the unknown, weather anomalies. The supernova anticipating the Armageddon seems to have affected every aspect of life, but to be fair, strange anomalies have been happening ever since AESPA got back to real world. Back then, Karina confirmed that there was no villain in reality, but just because there's no antagonist in this real world, it doesn't mean that in another dimension is all the same. As it turns out, in fact, this time maybe the villain might be AESPA themselves, or maybe a version of them coming from someplace else. In her latest appearance, Giselle explained that the new story is called Parallel Lines, and it will feature AESPA having multiple identities and alter egos. Since there's a multiverse going on, multiple AESPA will be seen at the same time and in the same place. We already got a glimpse of this in the promotional clips, but I think the supernova actually introduces us to this concept even better. Giselle explained that in Parallel Lines, everything is kinda merging together. Before we had AESPA in the eyes, but now those are coming together in one single multiverse of madness, if you will. This is actually a huge clue, I think, because
this actually make the video and song for Armageddon actually make a whole lot of sense, because not only were they talking about the darker side of themselves, but whenever they talk about accepting that part of them, it could also mean understanding that all of these different parallel universes are just them. Dang, hold up.
Nova AESPA are not the AESPA we've seen up to this point. In the concept clips, these entities have been introduced as super beings, meaning that they are entities with enhanced abilities compared to regular individuals. Like human AESPA, these super beings are associated to specific symbols that recall their connection with their eyes. Ning as her butterfly, Giselle the moon, Karina the heart, Winter the star. But these symbols are in their eyes, as if the human and the eyes have merged together to create an all new entity. On top of that, these super beings also have superpowers, and these powers are different from the ones that we saw in Season 1. Back then, AESPA had abilities too, don't get me wrong, but they were very much skill-based. Karina was the rocket puncher because she had a cyber arm. Winter was good with weapons and became an armamenter because of that. Ning was an ED hacker, Giselle xenoglossy, but again, these are all skills, not powers. Obviously, when they went to Kwangia, they were able to do all sorts of things, but they were in the digital world back then. Their physical bodies were asleep as their consciousness merged with the eyes, but now these super beings are acting up in real world. Super Karina, for instance, is a vampiric creature with super strength. Super Winter is an elf-like entity that can fly. Super Giselle can control time, and Super Ning can create fire. Maybe this is the new Evo that they were singing about back in Next Level, a new evolution of mankind that is half human and half AI. To show this merging of worlds, Ning, Winter and Giselle also have odd eyes like Karina had back in Kwangia. In the comeback trailer, moreover, we also saw that Winter had some sort of digital marking under her skin, which again is a major clue that these super beings are at least in part enhanced by AI. In Supernova there are multiple scenes confirming this idea. As Giselle is trying to access AESPA.com, for instance, she must identify the AI image.
I didn't even peep the AESPA.com.
Before she even tries, Karina destroys the phone via flying finger, but at the end of the video the same pictures are AI generated to lip sync the song. To me this is a dead giveaway that Super AESPA are at least in part AI, but whether this is the case or not, we do know that they are 100% not from this world. In one of the articles linked on the site, we see that among the signs of
Bro, I was literally just talking about all of this stuff and they really got like a whole lore, a whole website. This is fire.
Armageddon, 4 meteors have been spotted approaching Earth on May 13th, which it so happens to be the date that Supernova came out. Fittingly enough, the video begins with Karina crashing from the sky, meaning that these AESPA are alien creatures coming from a completely different world.
Facts. And then you also got to realize they showed us that they was falling from the sky. Come on.
From the sky, meaning that these AESPA are alien creatures coming from a completely different world. The new promotional posters also hint at this idea. This one, for instance, says that in case of alien invasion, those that don't listen to Armageddon will be eaten first, and the little alien on the side is dressed like Winter. The way I see it, if we compare AESPA to stars, the super beings are at the supernova stage of their evolution. They are explosive and shine bright, but they're also messy and destructive, which explains why they bring chaos everywhere they go. In the Armageddon launch code, for instance, we see that these entities use their explosive energy to create one of the circles anticipating the Armageddon. They are the ones starting it all, and in Supernova the chaos continues with them messing with real world and even with each other. Karina, for instance, is a narcissistic vampire that only cares about her looks. Winter is a flying elf messing with the general population, but as they break havoc around town, Giselle cannot wait to celebrate her birthday. Again, this is
sped up time.
Giselle, so this is not a real birthday, but rather the release date of Armageddon. Since Super Giselle has the power to manipulate time, she skips forward to get to May 27th, which is something that number 1 makes her faint, and number 2 confirms the worries of the conspiracy theorists rushing those articles on the site. Armageddon hasn't even started, and yet these aliens are messing with the space-time just for fun. These supernovas are indeed bringing catastrophes in real world, and they don't seem to care in the slightest. Even when Ning crashes Giselle's party, she does it to be a menace and nothing else.
Bro, the crazy thing is, whenever we watch superhero movies, bro, they really do be messing the whole city up. What?
There to add more fuel to the fire, literally, and when she hijacks the party to make it about herself, she ends up burning Giselle's apartment just for the giggles. This makes her furious, and to be honest, rightfully so. Her birthday is ruined, so she decides to turn back time to undo all the mess that they caused that day. By the end of the video, nothing of what happened has effectively happened. Giselle turned back time, so the people in real world still don't know what's to come. As the song says, the questions keep coming, but to get the answers, for now we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime though, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this video, please think about liking and subscribing.
Dang, that was fire. I never checked out the Drama Explained. Should we check out the Drama Explained? I'm gonna check out the Armageddon Explained, but let me know, should we go back and check out the Drama Explained? Because we did check out the video for drama. Let's check out the Armageddon video.
The bookish theories. Today we get it done breaking down AESPA's. Hello and welcome back to Bookish Theories. Today we get it done breaking down AESPA's Armageddon and what's going on in the lore. Now, as the title track of their first full album, Armageddon foreshadows the story of the upcoming season 2 of the SMCU. In my video about Supernova, I already anticipated that AESPA's worldview is actively expanding into a multiverse, so this time they're coming into contact with other versions of themselves coming from a different world. After defeating Black Mamba, the girls came back to real world and Navis disappeared, presumably in preparation of her solo debut. AESPA are now facing the beginning of a new era that will change their world forever, and the girls themselves are the first subjects of this change. Back in Supernova, the huge explosion of a dying star was compared to the opening of a door to another world. This event also overlaps with the Armageddon, which is both the ending of the world as we know it, as well as the beginning of a new one. In religious terms, the Armageddon typically refers to the final battle between good and evil. The word itself is a reference to the actual location where this battle is supposed to take place, but on a general level, the Armageddon refers to the apocalyptic event that marks the destruction of the world and the extinction of the human
We also saw that picture as well in the music video.
race. In AESPA's worldview, Armageddon has very similar implications, but they also added their own twist to it. The fake articles on the website tell us that their version of the Armageddon is related to the convergence of multiple worlds. If parallel dimensions collide, then merging together might unleash a series of cataclysmic events that could shatter reality as we know it. In the SMCU, the final battle between good and evil is ultimately against ourselves, and AESPA is at the center of these events. As the door to another universe rips the fabric of real world, the digital world slowly purrs into reality, and AESPA themselves come face to face with alien alter egos that are much more advanced than human beings. These entities are called super beings. These are the same creatures that were introduced at the beginning of promotion, and in Supernova I think that we got to see a less scary version of them. That video was a bit more camp. After all, Supernova is the explosion of a dying star, so the concept was fittingly brighter and more colorful. Now instead we get to see these super beings in relation to the Armageddon, which is why they're much more otherworldly and mysterious. As a parallel evolution of humanity, the super beings seem to have both human and AI-generated components to them. The alien
And then in the last video where she was talking about Supernova, she gave us some stuff about their past releases, and I wasn't around when they was releasing it, but she was saying that they had an album or a project where they were in the digital world and they had like powers, but it was more skill based rather than like superhuman based. And maybe they merging their new selves with the old self, that version of themselves, and they was already in the multiverse, but they haven't the Armageddon hadn't happened yet, so the parallel universes hadn't crashed into each other. But now the parallel universe is crashing into each other, and the human versions of themselves masking up with the digital versions of themselves, making them supernovas. I'm on to something.
because they come from another world, but they're also alien in the sense that they are very uncanny. As reality falls apart, the video also shows us AI images that look like Renaissance paintings of heaven and hell. The world ends and the battle between good and evil begins, but it's an AI-generated Armageddon that we're facing here. It's like a multidimensional cyber apocalypse where humans have to face superhumans that have already merged with technology. When our dimension finally rips and they enter our world, AESPA run for their lives, but we get the sense that there's nowhere to run. The super beings are actively looking for them. Alien Giselle, for instance, sends her cyberbots after them, and there's this venom-like claw that roams around seemingly looking for the girls. While the digital world leaks into reality, through the analog camera we see that the girls are still 100% authentic, but not for long it seems. Ning is going through it in the bathroom, as if she's changing physically because of this Armageddon. Also, what is this thing? It kinda looks like Ning kills it actually, but I don't know what to tell you besides that. Giselle's face disappears into pixels, again seemingly affected by this merging of realities. And through the infrared camera we see that Winter is completely cold, with the exception of the mark that she has on her neck. This is the same star symbol that her alien counterpart has on her forehead, so to me this shows that they're kinda drawn to each other because they know that they're one and the same. If at the beginning of the song AESPA want to fight back and try to survive this night of chaos, halfway through there is a change of tune. The girls want to run, but there's no hiding, and the super beings eventually find them one by one. In this confrontation, we see that AESPA basically get assimilated by their alien counterpart. They establish a connection, one enters the other and vice versa. They merge together, each in different ways. Karina, for instance, gets snatched by the giant handover super being. Ning is sucked into a limbo where she meets her counterpart, and the alien butterfly shows up in her eye as a result. Giselle seems to be completely assimilated by the other Giselle, and Winter not only sprouts wings, but she creates a link with the giant eye over super being. In the song, this assimilation marks the beginning of the story of us, that is, the human and the superhuman, who have now come together to create a complete and flawless new creature. The AESPA version of the Armageddon seems to be an ending that brings a whole new beginning here. At the end of the video, in fact, we see all versions of the members being merged together into one single body. So story-wise, AESPA will undergo a lot of changes moving forward. To see what's going to happen, for now we'll have to wait and see, but one thing that I can tell you is that Armageddon is far from over. When it comes to this MCU, Black Mamba was the first introduction to the story, but as a concept it continued throughout the entire season 1. In the same way, Armageddon introduces us to season 2, but the concept itself will probably be explored even further in the future installments of the season. For now though, this is all I have for you, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. And
bro, this was fire. It gave me so much more insight and perspective, and that's why I always love watching these videos. Bookish theories really deserve way more love. I love these videos. I love the breakdowns because it always give a good perspective, and I feel like she's a lot more knowledgeable than me. Hopefully whenever I get deeper into K-pop and I start learning more and, you know, listen to these videos, watch these videos a little bit more, and I get my knowledge up, maybe like 5-6 years from now, I'll be able to make really, really crazy reactions, crazy breakdowns, crazy, like, you know what I'm saying, and give my ideas. And then after I give my ideas, catch her ideas or somebody else's ideas, and then refine my ideas even more. And I feel like it's just gonna help my growth a lot. But y'all let me know how y'all felt about this AESPA Armageddon breakdown and analysis. This was really, really cool, really, really nerdy, but I enjoy like the nerdy, like behind the scenes type stuff. Like I feel like whenever we watch these videos, it's kind of like reading anime manga instead of just looking at the anime show. And I never even watched no manga. I'm just getting into like the anime stuff, but I definitely got to start reading like just regular books and like manga. And you know, once you get immersed in something, it really make it more fun. And I don't know about y'all, I never looked at being a nerd as a bad thing. I feel like all of the people who's successful just be really, really smart, but they know how to utilize their influence, and they know how to utilize their, you know, position to really paint a picture of themselves that is favorable to people. So I never viewed being nerdy as a bad thing. I love being smart. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you enjoy being smart too. Even when I watch these videos, they don't even get crazy views, but I like to watch them anyways and put them out. So if you enjoy these videos and you have any like speculations, you got any ideas on what's going on in these series, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I'm going to reply back, and I'm interested to see how y'all felt about not only these breakdowns, but these videos, because now you're going to get to see them in a whole new light after you done seen this. Anyways, I'm out. Peace and love always. Hope you guys enjoyed.